cooking up.
Remember to click subscribe and notification button for more Appa's video. So here's how Appa is going to tenderize the pork chop. And I'm going to use two things here, meat tenderizer here, the Torx hammer, and the back of my chopper. Okay, if you only have this, no problem. Or if you only have this, also can, right? So I have approximately, this is about 100 grams of pork chop here. So what you want to do is you want to make this pork chop you want to flatten it until it is at least about 3 to 4 times flatter and larger. Okay, so what you know, you can use the, this is the bigger part, okay? And you can start pounding it. And when you pound, you don't pound inside, you should actually pound outwards. Don't pound inwards, yeah? You want the meat go outwards. Actually, this step is not difficult. It will probably only takes you a couple of minutes. And there are many other ways where you can tenderize the meat. Some people use baking soda. Some people use the fruits enzyme like pineapple or kiwi or things like that, or mango. Now they all work, but all these other methods have one similar problem, which is the moment when you use that method, you may lose a little bit of the meat flavor. It may disturb a little bit on the meat flavor eventually. That's one. Second thing, those methods, they will actually destroy the protein, the outer layer of the protein of the meat. And therefore, because of that, the meat juice will actually tend to go off easier when you are deep fry or pan fry it. So in the end, the meat may become a little bit drier, even though it may be tender, okay? So this method here, using the most natural way of meat tenderizer, actually many local restaurants use this method because this method will not disturb the original taste of the meat. Secondly, it will not the meat juice will not go away, yeah? Will not go away. I may try to fast forward this part. Even though last time I used to use the meat tenderizer before, but I found recently, after a little bit of research, I found I did not pound it flat enough. Because I watched a recent video on the ribs king, yeah, the spare ribs king from Klang. Oh, you can the way he pounded the pork chop is like making the pork chop almost as thin as slightly thicker than a paper. But the moment after it is deep fried, it will actually become a good thin layer of pork. It won't be too thin actually. Last time I didn't pound it thin enough. And what you really want to do here is you really want to break the texture. You really want to break the texture. You can use this part now. You really want to break the texture of the pork chop. That is where you can create the tenderness. You can make the thing very tender. And after this, then only we will marinate it. And it will become much easier to marinate later. Alright, almost there. I'm going to use also be careful. You want to tenderize your meat, but you don't want to break the meat, yeah? Right? right? The pork chop meat has been nicely tenderized.